Today we're here for Email Segmentation 101, 10 simple ways to use email segmentation to increase opens, clicks, and sales. Few things to keep in mind. This webinar is an introduction to segmentation and personalization. So if you are a beginner or if you are intermediate, this is suitable for you. If you're really advanced, this might be a bit basic for you. So if you're really advanced, I don't want to waste your time. I'll let you know up front that this might be a bit too basic for you. Also, if you are advanced and if you have questions, you can stay until the end and I'll take more advanced questions. Secondly, this is a 1 hour webinar. I'm going to try to keep it as close to 1 hour as possible. If people have a lot of questions, I'll stay longer to answer them. Thirdly, I will email you a recording of this webinar. If by some chance you don't get it, you can email me. I will drop my email in the chat. So you can email me and I will get to you as soon as I can. But I will send a replay out within the next 24 hours. Is anyone having a problem with their screen? I see a few people saying they're having problems with their screens. Okay, then I have some people saying no. So if you're having problems with your screen, it looks like it's just a couple people, try going full screen mode. Sometimes that can help. Like if your screen is not full screen, you may not see everything. You may just see a big chat window. So try going full screen. And you can also try to exit out and come back in. So also, I'm going to have a survey at the end of the webinar. If you could please take that survey, that would be awesome. I love to hear your feedback. And then fifthly and finally, if you have any questions during this webinar, write them down, jot them down, consider what questions do you have about this topic, and I'm going to answer those questions at the end. And then a few final technical notes. So we're on this webinar platform, and there's a few things that can happen. Number one, your screen might not show. Number two, your video might be out of sync with the slide deck. Or three, sound won't work. Those are a few things that can happen. And typically it is your own internet connection and your own platform. I'm running from a really high speed internet connection here. So typically it's your own. But if a lot of people are having issues, I'll keep an eye on the chat to make sure that's not happening. But if you are having issues, try exiting out of the webinar and coming back in. Make sure the webinar is in full screen mode. Use Google Chrome if possible as your browser. And then make sure your internet connection is really solid. And like Karen said, close other tabs and use an Ethernet cable. Great tip, Karen. Cool. So thank you everyone for being here. Let's jump right in. So thanks for joining us for the presentation today, Email Segmentation 101, 10 simple ways to use email segmentation to increase opens, clicks, and sales. So one of the reasons you're probably here today is because email segmentation and personalization are really, really effective. In fact, personalized emails deliver 6 times higher transaction rates, according to research done from Experian. And throughout my career, I've sent a lot of emails and I've done a lot of testing, and I've seen firsthand the power that segmentation can have. I've doubled, tripled click-through rates and open rates by using personalization and segmentation. So it is insanely, insanely effective, and I can attest to that. But it can be confusing. So I wanted to ask you all, are you currently segmenting or personalizing your emails? Can you drop into chat and let me know? Just say yes, no. If you're not sure, you can say not sure. If you'd like to share one of the ways you're personalizing or segmenting, that would be awesome. And we can talk briefly about the difference between personalization and segmentation, how I see them. Sometimes people use the term personalization, and what they're thinking of is adding someone's first name into an email. You can insert someone's first name into an email. But when I think of personalization, I'm actually thinking of how are you tailoring your email content to the person who is on your list. So is there a way that you can make your email content so personal that the subscribers on your list feel like you're talking directly to them? So segmentation can actually help you get people to feel that way. So yes, that's how I view personalization. It's not just inserting someone's first name. So we're getting a ton of survey responses. Thank you, everyone. Wow, and everyone has sharing some good ideas. Debbie says, yes, I have my subscribers divided into groups based on the book they bought for me and their interest in my courses. That's cool. Cool. All right, thank you everyone for sharing in the poll, and you can keep sharing. I'm going to move on and quickly introduce myself. My name is Liz Willits. I'm the Senior Content Marketing Specialist at AWeber, and I like to describe myself as an email marketing nerd. I am obsessed with email. I've sent millions of emails, and I've tested millions of emails to see what works best. I've worked with some of the best marketers and top businesses in the world to help them with their email strategies. I advise small businesses on how to improve their email marketing strategies. And I'm a keynote speaker. I go around the country teaching businesses how to better use email marketing to grow their revenue and to grow their business. So if you'd like to connect with me, I love to connect with entrepreneurs and businesses. It's one of my favorite things is to talk to you all. So if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Twitter under Liz Willits, and you can find me on LinkedIn at Liz Willits. And I will take questions at the end of this webinar. But if you have a question you think of later, you can email me at lizw@aweber.com. All right, so let's go through the two most popular ways to group subscribers. And these ways to group subscribers you can use to personalize your email marketing and to make your content more relevant. And people often get these two methods confused. One is called segmentation, and the other is called tagging. So segments and tags. Let me briefly go through each of them. So what are segments? Segments are groups of subscribers with a shared set of characteristics or actions. And you can actually group people based on a combination of many different factors when you're building a segment. So for example, you could build a segment of people who their favorite color is blue. They've opened an email in the last 30 days, and their favorite hobby might be yoga. So you could say favorite hobby is yoga, favorite color is blue, and they've opened an email past 30 days, and you could build a segment off of that and pull a list of all of your subscribers who meet those traits. And then you could send an email to them. So that would be an example of a segment because you can group people based on a combination of many different factors. And thirdly, segments can be dynamic. And what that means is you can build a segment inside AWeber or inside your email marketing platform, and that segment can change on its own. So for instance, if you build a segment of people who have opened an email in the past 30 days, if someone in that segment doesn't open an email for 31 days, they will be moved automatically out of that segment. And if someone who hasn't opened an email in a long time suddenly opens an email, they will be moved into that segment automatically. So your segment will dynamically change for you based off the most current accurate information, which is great because then you can just build that segment once and you can send an email to them every month. And it'll update for you. So that's how segments work. They're a group of subscribers with a shared set of characteristics or actions that they've taken. And you can group people based on a combination of many different factors when you build segments. Now, tags. Tags are labels that help identify your subscribers based on their actions or characteristics. Now, that sounds pretty similar to segments, right? But there's a few key differences. You can add and remove tags on a subscriber, but a tag won't dynamically change. So if you have a tag on a subscriber of favorite color and the tag is blue, then that won't dynamically change. It'll stay as a blue tag unless somehow you go in and change it. And you can actually build segments using tags. So I could build a segment of people with the tag blue. And then I could build a segment with the tag people with the tag blue and people who have opened an email in the past 30 days. So you see that segment, I'm taking a bunch of different traits and information and actions about my subscriber, and I'm building this segment. But with a tag, it's just one single label that you put on your subscriber. And you can actually kick off automated campaigns, automated email series with a tag. So you could have an automated email series that launches for people with the tag blue. And you can't do that with segments. You can use segments to send one-time emails to your subscribers. So you could send a one-time email to people in a certain segment, but you can't launch off automated campaigns with a segment. You need to use tags. And so someone says in the question, so tags are more of a side note for you to know your audience. And yes, a good way to think of a tag is it's like if you were at a social event and someone had a name tag with all this information about them, all this different little pieces of information, those could all be tags about that person that's in your email marketing platform, for example. But I'll show you some examples of tags and segments throughout this presentation, so that should give you a better idea as well. So why use tags? Well, you can send more personalized, relevant emails with tags. Like I said, you could have people with the tag blue, and you could actually send them emails with a blue background. People whose favorite color is blue, send them an email with a blue background. You know that's their favorite color. So that's a great example of a way that you could send more personal, relevant emails to those people based off their tag. And when you send more personalized, relevant emails, you get more opens, clicks, and sales. And I can attest to this personally. You also have more data about your subscribers. One of the best ways to improve your marketing is to understand your audience better. And the best way to understand your audience better is to have data about them. And tags can serve as data. You could have a tag that displays someone's industry or how many employees they have at their business or what products they've purchased in the past. So you can collect all kinds of information about your subscribers using tags. Another final advantage, which is really exciting, is you can have one email list with tag subscribers. So instead of having multiple email lists, you could have one email list. And I like to call this the one email list to rule them all. Because using multiple email lists is actually an outdated strategy, an outdated marketing strategy, and it can make it much more difficult to segment and personalize your emails. So what you can do if you have one list is it's much easier to organize your subscribers and to personalize your emails. And instead of using lists, use a tag. And this is nice because you don't have to navigate between lists. It's less confusing. And an example of how you might consolidate, let's say you have 3 lists in your email marketing account. One list is called the customer list. One list is the lead list. And one list is the ex-customer list. So canceled customers or returns, customers who returned products. You could then turn those all into one list and have a customer tag on customers, a lead tag on leads, and an ex-customer tag on ex-customers. So that would be an example of how you can consolidate your lists. So let's jump into 10 simple ways to tag your subscribers. And I'll go through these one by one. If you have questions about any of them, and if I go too fast through any of these examples, write down your question, drop in the chat, and I will answer at the end. Oh, and if you're dropping in questions now, there's a chance I won't see them later. So if I'm not seeing your question at the end, you can just drop it in the chat again. But first off, let's talk about sign-up form tags. So one way that you can apply a tag to your subscribers is when they fill out a sign-up form. So here's a sign-up form for a fake business I created called Tara's Healthy Eats. And Tara is a food blogger. She gives people healthy recipes. And on this sign up form, she says, get my top 10 recipes. And her lead magnet on her form is a PDF version of her 10 most requested recipes. Now, when someone fills out this form, you can tag them however you would like. And the advantage of this, there's a bunch of advantages of this, and I'll go into them. But first, let me show you how you do this in AWeber. So if you go inside AWeber and you go over to the Sign Up Forms tab, let's choose our form here. And if you're using a different email marketing platform other than AWeber, it's probably a very similar process. So this demo should still be helpful for you. But you can apply a tag over here on the left in this form automation section. It says add tags to anyone who submits this form. So here's the top 10 recipes form. And let's say I want to add the tag top 10 recipes. So I just type it in, I hit enter, and then I would hit save. So now anytime someone fills out this form, they're going to get that tag top 10 recipes. Now, why would you use this? What's the advantage of doing this? When and where would you use it? So let me jump into that. So how can you use this? One of the ways you can use this is you can have multiple sign-up forms with different lead magnets. So for instance, let's take the Tara's Healthy Eat examples. So she has her top 10 recipes form, but let's say she also has other lead magnets she offers. So she offers a free healthy meal plan on one of her sign-up forms, a different sign-up form. And then on another sign-up form, she promotes her free healthy eating course. Now, anytime someone fills out any of these forms, she can tag them differently. And with a tag, you can launch an automated email series inside AWeber, an automated campaign. So let's say someone fills out the top 10 recipes form. Then they can get an automated series that starts with the tag top 10 recipes. And you can personalize your content to them. You know they like recipes because they signed up for your top 10 recipes lead magnet. So you can send them even more recipes. And for someone who fills out your meal plan form, you can send them your weekly meal plans that you give. Or let's say you have a paid product where you sell meal plans. You can promote your paid product to the people who signed up via your paid product, via your meal plan lead magnet. So you can personalize that way because you're tagging people differently based on what form they fill out. Another way you could use this is, let's say you have sign-up forms in different places. You have a sign-up form on your Facebook page. You have a sign-up form on Twitter. You have a sign-up form on your homepage of your website, and you have another sign-up form on your blog. You could use different forms for all of these and apply a different tag for each form. So if someone fills out your blog sign-up form, you could attach the tag blog to them. And that way you can track where people are signing up from and keep an eye on where you're getting the most signups. And again, you can also personalize your emails to those people. So those are two basic examples of how you would use sign-up form tags. Another way you can tag your subscribers, you can add the same tag to subscribers who you import. So let's say you import a list of subscribers. Maybe you're moving over to AWeber, or you have a new list you'd like to import. You can apply the same tag to everyone who you import. So here's how that looks inside AWeber. You go to the Add Subscribers tab, and then once you get to this step 4, more options, you'll see a little green slider box. And if you check that, you can add tags to people who you're importing. So I could add people's favorite color, or let's say I'm importing a bunch of customers. I could add a customer tag to them. So let me go through the examples of how you can use this. You could import a list of people you met in an event and tag them. So one of my favorite events is Content Marketing World. So let's say I went to Content Marketing World and I met a bunch of people who wanted to subscribe to my email list. I could import them into AWeber or my email marketing platform and tag them Content Marketing World friends. So that's a great way to organize people who you meet. And again, you could also import your customers and tag them. So let's say I have an e-commerce platform and it doesn't integrate with my email marketing platform or with AWeber. I could import my list of customers that are in the e-commerce platform and tag them customer. Another thing you can do is you can add different tags to subscribers who you import. So in that example, we're adding the same tag to all these people we're importing, and we're choosing what tag we apply to people in the import process. And you can actually add multiple tags, and you can have them in a CSV or an Excel sheet. So I would go to my import, and I would add this column called the tag column. And then I would put my tags in here, and I can have multiple tags in here. So if this was like favorite colors that I was putting in, I could have blue as the favorite color, and then I would use a comma, and then I would have their favorite hobby, it might be yoga, and then a comma, and let's say it was the industry they're in, and they're in marketing. So then I'm adding 3 different tags to this one subscriber, and all of these subscribers can have all their different tags. So let's talk through some examples. Well, also there's one other way you can do this inside AWeber. You can import a file. You can also copy and paste. So you can copy and paste your subscribers in the import window. But when you do this, just make sure to use quotation marks around your tag, and then use commas in between tags if you have multiple tags for a subscriber. So just like here, you'll use quotation marks and then commas. But let's talk through some examples of how you can use this. So one way is you can move data from another email marketing platform. So let's say you use another email marketing platform and you have all of these tags on those subscribers currently. Well, you can export that from your email marketing platform, and then you can import those subscribers into AWeber and retain all of the tags and all the information you had about them. So that's a great way to use tags. Another way is if you have multiple email lists. And remember, if you have multiple email lists, you want to get down to one email list ideally. You can export all of your lists and import them as a single list and retain the tags on people. So I could, let's say I had my customer list, my prospect list, and I wanted to just get down to one list. I can export my customer list. I can export my prospect list, create my new single list, and import the customers and import the prospects in and retain all of their tags. So that's another great example of how you would use this. You can also add new tags to your current subscribers. So let me go through how that would work in AWeber. Under step 2, map subscriber info, you'll see choose how you want to process this import. And you can choose to only add new subscribers, or you can choose to add new and update existing. And so what this does is it takes the email address of your subscribers. And if it sees that that email address is already on your email list when you try to import, it'll take that subscriber, and instead of adding it again or deciding, hey, he's already subscribed, I won't do anything, what AWeber will do is it'll update the information, the record of that subscriber. So you could update their name. So if for some reason their name changed, but you can update their tag as well. So you can add new tags to that subscriber, which is great if you want to keep subscribers up to date. So how can you use this? Well, again, you can use this if you have multiple lists and you want to consolidate them into a single list. So let's say you have a subscriber who's subscribed to multiple email lists. They're subscribed to your customer list. They're subscribed to your prospect list. And they might have different tags across all of those lists. And you don't want to lose that data. So when you import them, you don't want to lose the tags that they already have on your other lists. So what you can do is export all of your lists and then import those subscribers into your single list with their tags. And if they're already subscribed to your single list, this will add those new tags to the existing subscriber. Another way that you can tag people is apply tags during an automated email series. So this is an automated email series inside AWeber's campaigns platform. And you can see where I've highlighted the tags. So I can add a tag right here in the middle. And you can see I'm adding a tag here called Welcome Series, because this is my welcome email series. It's the first series that I send to subscribers. So once they get into the series, I'm applying the tag Welcome Series right at the beginning. And then they get their welcome email. And after they get their welcome email, I'm applying the tag Received Welcome Email. And then they get a couple more emails. And then at the end of the welcome series, I apply the tag Welcome Series Complete. So there's a couple different ways that you could use tags like this. So one thing I can do is, let's say I send a weekly newsletter and I don't want to send my newsletter to people who are in my welcome series because I think they're going to get inundated with too many emails. So one thing I can do is only send my newsletter to people who have the tag Welcome Series Complete, because they've already completed this entire welcome series because they've gotten all the emails. So I'm just sending the people who are already done with the welcome series. Another way I can use this is to pull a list of people who have the tag Welcome Series. And then I could also send emails only to people who received my welcome email. So that's another way I could use this. So you can tag at the beginning of a campaign, you can tag in the middle of a campaign, and you can tag at the end of a campaign. And it's a great way to send emails to people based off where they are in an automated campaign. You can also apply tags to someone when they open an email. And this is really, really, really cool. So let me show you how it works inside AWeber. It's probably, if you don't use AWeber, it's probably similar in your own email marketing platform. So this is the AWeber dashboard. If I hover over messages, I'll see a campaigns tab. Campaigns is AWeber's automated email platform. We call it campaigns because they're like little mini marketing campaigns that you create. When you go into campaigns, you'll see a list of all your automated campaigns. We have quite a few in here. I'm going to go to one of our launched campaigns, our welcome campaign here. And so you can see I have 3 emails in here with wait times in between each email. But let's say I want to tag people who open my welcome email. So let me go over here. And what I do is I click on the email. Here's the welcome email. I click on it. And over here on the right-hand side, you'll see this blue Add Automation button. So we have something called, this is called open automations, when you tag someone based off whether they open an email or not. So I can click Add Automation. I select my trigger, and here I want to select opens the message. And then I select what I want to do when they open the message. So you can remove subscriber from the campaign if they open a message, but I actually want to add a tag. You can also remove a tag if they open a message. I'm just going to focus on adding a tag. So I could add here, opened welcome email. Hit enter, and then hit apply. And now you can see right here that my automation is labeled. So now anytime someone opens this email, they'll get the tag opened welcome email. Now, how can you use this? Let's jump into that real quick. So one of the ways you can use it is to know which subscribers are opening or not opening your emails. So you can go and see in subscriber management whether they're opening emails or not. You can also choose to send emails to engaged or unengaged subscribers. So if someone's not opening your welcome series, you can send them the welcome series again, or you could send them a different kind of email to try to get them to engage. Or if you have people who are opening all the emails in your welcome series, you could send them an email that says, hey, thanks for being so engaged. Here's a little gift for you. So that's one way you could use it. You can send emails to people who didn't open an email as well. So basically, it's a great way to see who's engaged and who's not engaged and what kind of subject lines people are opening. You can also apply tags when someone clicks on a link within your email, and we call this click automations. So let me show you how to do that inside AWeber. So again, let's say I want to add a click automation to this banana oat pancakes recipe. I'll click on the email, and you see it then gets highlighted by this little blue box. And I go over here again and click Add Automation. I select my trigger, and I select Clicks a Link. And then I select my action, which is add remove tag. Again, I can also remove a subscriber from a campaign based off a linked click. And then I want to add these tags. So let's say they're clicking on my recipe for banana oat pancakes. Oops. I'm like bumping buttons. So excuse me for 1 second. All right, I'm gonna refresh this. This is what happens when you bump your keyboard buttons accidentally. It's not on the AWeber side. So again, go through this again, add my automation, click the link, select my action, add remove tag, and then I select my link right here. So I select the link that I want to tag them based off of. There are 2 links in this email. I want to tag them if they click this banana oatmeal pancakes recipe. And so I'm going to add the tag banana oatmeal pancakes. Cool. And then I hit apply. And so now again, you can see my automation right here. And you can read over here what the automation is doing. So on link clicked, and it's this link, they get the tag banana oatmeal pancakes. And you can have multiple automations. You can have multiple automations on a single email too. So you can have an open automation and a click automation on a single email. But let's talk through how you would use this. So one of the ways you can use it is to know which subscribers are clicking or not clicking on certain links. Another way is you can use it is to send content that's relevant to what subscribers have clicked before. So let's say you have a blog post about yoga and you see that someone clicked on that. Then you can send them more content about yoga in future emails because you know they're very interested in yoga. You can also send an automated email when someone clicks a certain link. So let's say, again, someone clicks on your yoga article. You can tag them yoga, and then you could have an automated email series set up that launches off the tag yoga. So another thing you can do is manually apply tags on individual subscribers. So let me show you how to do that inside AWeber. So we're going to exit out of campaigns here. And we're going to go over and hover over subscribers. So earlier I talked about importing subscribers. When you want to import subscribers, you'll click on this add subscribers button. But one of the things a lot of people don't know about their email marketing platforms about AWeber is you can get a really good look at your subscribers and what they're doing if you go to manage subscribers. So when you go into manage subscribers, you can look at all the subscribers you have. So here are all of my subscribers. There are multiple pages here of the subscribers. There's a lot here, so there's a lot of pages. But something you can do is you can expand individual subscribers and look at information about them. And don't worry, this is a fake email subscriber. I'm not giving away anyone's personal info. Is the screen locked up for anyone? I'm hearing from a couple people that the screen's locked up. Okay, a lot of people are saying, more people are saying no than yes. So I'm going to keep going. But if you're having problems, try those technical tips I gave earlier. But if we look at this subscriber, you can see that you can see what emails are opening, their subscriber activity over here. You can see their subscription source, the date they were added, but you can also see their tags. So this subscriber has a book signing tab, a tag, a customer tag, and a vegetarian tag. So one of the ways that I can apply tags to my subscribers is individually like this by coming in here. So let's say Gerald, let's say I talked to him in person. He's one of my customers. I had a nice talk with him in person. And during our talk, he told me, hey, you know what? I used to be a vegetarian. But I'm not a vegetarian anymore. I've decided to go even like harder core. I'm now a vegan. And after the conversation, I want to go in and update his information. I could click X on that tag to remove it, and then add a vegan tag, and then hit save. Now, when I go into Gerald's info, you can see that he has a vegan tag. So that's one of the ways you could use this. Another way is, like I said, you can update a subscriber's current info when they request it. So Gerald told me that he wasn't a vegetarian anymore. Now he was a vegan. But another thing you can do is, let's say you have a conversation with a subscriber and they tell you some information about them that's really relevant and can help you send more personal emails. You can go into that subscriber in AWeber or your email marketing platform and update their information with tags. So if they tell you in person, like my favorite color is blue, or they tell you that via email, a personal email, then you can update that subscriber. Another thing that may happen is your subscriber may call you up and say, hey, I haven't been receiving, I really want to receive these automated emails you have, but I haven't been receiving them. If those automated emails, if that automated email series launches off a tag, you can go into that subscriber and add the tag. You can also remove a tag and add the tag again. So if someone already received the automated series, you'll go in there and you'll see they have the tag to receive the automated series. So if they want to get it again, what you would do is remove that tag, save the subscriber, go back into the subscriber and add the tag back and save it. And then they'll get that automated series again. Another way you can tag subscribers is you can manually apply tags to a group of subscribers. So I just showed you how to do it to an individual subscriber, but you can do it to a group as well. So let's say I go back into subscriber management and I talked about at the beginning the difference between tags and segments. Well, subscriber management actually helps you build segments. So you can build segments here using this search bar. So let's say I wanted to build a segment using multiple attributes. So let's say I want to use the tag is vegan. So they're vegans. And then I also wanted to pool people who have, see, there's a million different ways to to build segments. But let's say I also want to pull people who are vegan and they've opened an email since 90 days ago. I can hit search. And now this is a segment of around 5 people. And I can save this as a segment. So I could save this as vegan dietary preference who opened in the last 90 days or whatever I wanted to call this segment. So vegan engaged, let's just say. And I could save that as a segment. And then I can see that down here in my segments. So I can go back here and look at my segments and actually click on a segment and pull it back up. And my internet connection is really slow right now, which is why this is happening. But then what I can do with a group of subscribers like this, let me refresh my page and see if that fixes it. Cool. So if I click on vegan engaged, it pulls up my segment of people. And again, so remember the difference between tags and segments. Segments are a bunch of different factors about a subscriber that you can pull into a dynamic segment. And now tags are just a label on a subscriber that helps identify them. So here I'm using a tag to build a segment, but I'm also using a dynamic piece of information. So any open since 90 days ago, that's dynamic and it will change over time. But what I can do is I can apply tags to all of these people. So let's say I wanted to launch an automated email series for them. I can go to this checkbox here at the top next to name and select them all. And then under actions, I can tag them. So I could say engaged, vegan, dietary preference. And then apply that tag to all of these subscribers. And let's go through a couple different ways that you could actually use this. So like I just did, you can build a segment based off a certain characteristic and then apply to those tags to those subscribers. So another way you might want to do this is, let's say you want an automated campaign. You want to send an automated campaign to subscribers who haven't opened an email in 90 days to try to re-engage them. So you want to send them a re-engagement campaign. You can build an automated campaign that launches for anyone with the tag unengaged subscriber. Then you can build a segment of people who haven't opened in 90 days and apply the unengaged subscriber tag to all of them. And they'll be added to your automated re-engagement campaign automatically. So that's a good example of how that would work. So you can also apply a tag with an app or tool that's connected to AWeber. So you can have an integration that's integrated with AWeber. It's another tool that you use, and you can apply tags that way. Now, not all integrations support tags, but many of them do. So let me show you how you connect an integration inside AWeber. You go back into AWeber and you go to this integrations tab. And in here, I can see my connected integrations. So I have Facebook, Shopify, WordPress connected. And I can also see a bunch of other integration options. So let's say I want to find Opt-in Monster. I can type it in, and here's Opt-in Monster here. And then I can connect that integration. And so if someone fills out my Opt-in Monster signup form, because Opt-in Monster provides signup forms, then I can add them into AWeber and add them with a tag. So that's another great way to use tags in AWeber. But how would you use this? Well, you can use it with your landing page tool or your signup form tool. So Unbounce, ConvertFlow, Opt-in Monster, Opt-in Cat, Sumo, Privy are all example of lead generation tools you could use that support tags. You could also use it with your e-commerce tool like ThriveCart, WooCommerce, Shopify, and you can tag people based off the products they purchase. So let's say you sell jelly, you sell different kinds of jelly on your e-commerce store, and someone buys your grape jelly. You could tag them, you can add them automatically to AWeber and tag them grape jelly, and then you could have an automated campaign that launches for anyone with the tag grape jelly, and it promotes other kinds of berry type jellies to them. So promote your strawberry jelly and your boysenberry jelly or whatever kind of jelly you have. And because this person, they already like fruit jellies, they're more likely to purchase other jellies like that. So you're personalizing your email marketing to them. You can also apply tags with a text to subscribe tool. So I told you at the beginning that I do a lot of speaking around the country. So you can there are tools where you can say text this number to subscribe to my email list. And people will text that number and they'll automatically join your AWeber email list if your tool is integrated with AWeber. And then you can actually have them join with a tag. So I'm speaking at Content Marketing World this year. So what I'll probably do during my presentation is use a text to subscribe tool. I'll say text this number to join my email list. And then I can tag anyone who texts that number from that event, Content Marketing World, so that I know that I met them at Content Marketing World. I can send them one-time emails or automated emails that are relevant to Content Marketing World. And another tool you can use is Zapier. So Zapier is a tool that integrates tools that aren't connected. So if something doesn't have a direct integration with us, sometimes you can use Zapier, and Zapier can help you apply tags. Okay, so that's our 10 different ways you can tag subscribers. I know it's a lot, so if you have questions, feel free to ask those. And if you're ready to learn more, you can join me at Email Segmentation 201. I'm going to drop that into chat. Don't leave yet, but I'll drop in the chat that webinar. I just have a quick, webinar link you can join by. I created it today to make sure that you guys could all access it, but that we're going to cover more advanced segmentation topics at that webinar. And then I want to talk about the surprising truth that expensive automation platforms don't want you to know. And what that is with AWeber's tags and our automation platform campaigns, you can do almost everything those expensive automation platforms can do inside AWeber. And it's way, way cheaper to do it in AWeber. And AWeber is way easier to use as well. So unless you're doing insanely complicated automation things, you can use AWeber and it's much cheaper. So with that, if you're not an AWeber customer yet, check out this link to get a 30-day free trial of AWeber and try out these different ways that you can tag subscribers. I'll drop this link into chat. So that you can access that 30-day free trial. All right, so now it's questions time. So what questions do you have? How can I help you? And I'm going to start looking at chat again because I know people have been chatting throughout the event, and I'm going to try to look through questions. All right, questions are coming in. Angelo says, can you tag people who purchase on a WordPress site? What kind of, what are they purchasing, Angelo? And are you using an integration for the purchase process? We have a WordPress integration that you can use to launch a sign-up form, and you can tag people based off filling out that sign-up form. But if you're actually getting people purchasing from your WordPress site, it depends what they're purchasing through. And then the other thing I actually really wanted to quick drop in too is I'm going to drop in the survey for any of you that decide, you have to go. I'm dropping in the survey in the chat. I would love, love, love if you could take this survey and let me know what you think. Hold on one sec. I'm just going to update something. Bear with me for 1 second. Hold on, guys. It's looking like I have the wrong survey link for you. So let me just check that real quick and get you the right link. Sorry, everyone. You can enter in your questions really quick too, as I'm looking for this. Aha, I got it. All right, cool. So let me drop that survey back into there. So there's a survey link you should use before you leave to share your feedback. So let me get back to questions now. So can I go to past broadcast emails and add tags for links clicked in that email? Yes, you can do that. Let me show you how to do that, Feline. Carol says the survey asked me to register with name and email address. Carol, check this survey. So anyway, let me get back to Farina's question. So can you tag people who clicked on a certain link in a broadcast? Yes, you can. And you actually go to manage subscribers to do this. And you would go and say, go to clicked link, link clicked, and you would choose your link from this list. So let's say I wanted to choose this link. Then I can select all of these people who clicked it. And when you hit the select box, if it goes past a page, you'll see the option to select all the subscribers within this group. I want to do that. And then I can apply the tag, whatever tag I want to apply. So that's one way to do it. And that's a good way if you want to tag people who clicked on a link in a broadcast and you don't realize you want to tag them until after you've sent the broadcast. But you can actually tag people and set it up before you send your one-time broadcast email. So what I would do in that case is go to messages, go to drafts, go to send options, and click schedule broadcast. And what I can do is under the section, do you want tag automations? I can say hit edit, and I can apply tags to people based off the links they click. And I can apply tags to people based on whether they open the broadcast or not. And then I can also remove tags. And so I would set this up. Let's say I wanted to apply the tag opened. I'd hit enter. I'd hit apply. I'd go through all the other settings for my broadcast email, and I'd hit send message now or schedule. And then that tag would be applied for people who open. And you can do the same thing with clicks. So Joseph asks, when is it illegal to tag someone? I can't think now. I'm not a lawyer, Joseph, so don't take this as legal advice. But your tags are private, so they're inside your AWeber account. They're not public facing, so you don't have to worry about security issues with other people seeing those tags, other than people who have access to your AWeber account. So I have never found a reason that a tag would be illegal. But if you have a specific example, let me know. Liz, when is segmentation 201? Oh, good question. Let me pull up that link again. Segmentation 201, you can use this link to register for it. Let me keep going through questions though. Someone was asking about integrations with LinkedIn. We do integrate with LinkedIn ads. I don't know of any reasons why it's illegal. Richard says, you've given a lot of information. Do you have, is there a way to take these steps in order? So I always recommend adding a sign-up form to adding a tag to your sign-up form first, because that's how you get your new subscribers. So if you're not tagging people based off your sign-up forms or your landing pages, then you're, missing some critical information about them. So George says, Liz, you talked about the same sign-up form placed on different platforms. I want to ask you to elaborate with a sample here. Can I use the same sign-up form for 3 different social platforms and use 3 different tag words to indicate where they came from? For example, my sign-up form is called Once Upon a Time. I placed the same form with Microsoft, Pinterest, and Google Ads. Can you show me, going to automation box, what word I should use as tags to see where they came from? So that's a great question, George. So with the method I presented, you would actually need to have 3 different sign-up forms, because then you would be applying different tags based off those sign-up forms. But I have another tool that might help you with your specific example. So let me pull that up. So you can also use ad tracking, which is another feature we have inside of AWeber, George. So I'm going to drop a link to our KB article about ad tracking. And ad tracking can help you, if you have a single sign-up form, to actually track where people are coming from. So check out that article, George. That'll help. So Marilyn says, tags for people who click on a link and then also complete a purchase. So Marilyn, you will want to come to our Segmentation 201 webinar. Because in Segmentation 201, I'm actually going to cover some more advanced ways you can tag people beyond what I covered today. And I'm going to go through how you can tag people based off of what pages they visit. So stay tuned for that webinar where I'll cover that in detail. But it's a really cool way to tag people. So Brian says, I'm an admin on a client account. When I back up my lists, only the clients get the backups. Can I change that or add myself as an admin? Brian, are you using AWeber? So let me know if you're using AWeber. That'll help me. Can I also exclude a given segment from a broadcast? So unfortunately, all you can do right now is include a segment. But what you can do is exclude certain lists, or when you build your segment, you can think about who you want to exclude. So what I would do is build a segment that excludes the people you need to exclude and includes the right people. So I could build a segment of people who have the tag is vegan, but they also do not have the tag vegetarian. So tag is not vegetarian. I can search. It'll pull up the people who have the vegan tag, but not the vegetarian tag. And I can save this as a segment. Vegan, not vegetarian. Save. And then I can send an email to that segment. So it's excluding the people I want to exclude, but including the right people as well. So I hope that helps. So Keith says, you showed how to combine subscribers from two lists. How can I combine the forms and campaigns created under the two separate lists? So what you can do is you can actually copy your campaigns, your automated campaigns, from one list to another. So if I go over to campaigns, and it was $2.59. So for anyone who has to leave, I'm sorry. If you have to leave right at 3, I'm sorry. I probably didn't get to everyone's questions. But please follow up with me at my email address, lizw@aweber.com, and I'd be glad to help, or contact us at help@aweber.com. So if you would like to copy a campaign to a different list, you can click the copy to list option. Now it's grayed out for me because in this account, I only have one single list. So it's not showing for me. But if you have multiple lists, you can copy your campaigns across lists to migrate them. With sign-up forms, I don't think you can copy sign-up forms across lists, unfortunately. But what you would need to do then is recreate your sign-up form on your new list. All right, gonna look through more tags. More questions, not tags. So Carl says, can I use AWeber for my website? Does AWeber provide hosting? Can I get my free email, Gmail, Yahoo imported to AW easily, then create tags from those lists? Yes, you can import your lists easily as long as those subscribers opted in to receive emails from you. And you can't build a website with AWeber, but you can build landing pages. So let me go and I'll quickly, we have a new feature as of this week called landing pages. And you can actually build landing pages, you can build lead gen pages, you can build thank you pages, you can build sales pages. So let me show you one of these landing pages. So here's a landing page I created pretty easily inside of AWeber. Now, one thing of landing pages to keep in mind is we just launched landing pages. So it's a brand new feature. So right now you can't apply a tag based off someone filling out a landing page. But that is a feature that we are working to create, and we're hoping to have it ready soon for you. So if you're really excited about landing pages, but you use tags heavily, I would hold off a bit to use our landing pages. Lisa says, can you make a template for a sign-up form? You can make, that's actually a good question. Let me check that out. I actually do not know that, and I know AWeber pretty well. So let me check, Lisa. I don't think you can. So you can create, I don't think you can. You can create templates from an email, obviously. You can also create like a campaign template and have a copy code that people can use so you can share campaigns across AWeber accounts. But we don't have a template for sign-up forms. So Steve asks, do email viewers need to have images enabled in order to have the email counted as opened? Yes, that is a good question, Steve. And yes, so the way that email marketing platforms track email opens is we have a little tiny invisible image in the email. And if someone loads that image, we track that as an open. So if a person isn't loading images on their inbox, so they've set their preferences not to show images, then it won't track as opens. Jose says, will I be able to mask AWeber landing page with my domain? So currently that's not an innate feature in our landing pages, but it's something that we are considering and possibly adding. But there are also third-party tools you can use to mask the AWeber URL that we create for you and have it look like it's coming from your domain. So Florencia asks, what are landing pages? Florencia, landing pages are like they're like a website page that is designed to convert. So websites have all of these little tabs that you can navigate to. So you have different web pages you can visit. Whereas landing pages don't have a navigation bar at the top because you don't want people to navigate away from that page. You simply want them to take the action that the page is asking them to take. So landing pages are focused on getting your visitor to convert. So it might be an email subscribe form on the landing page, or it might be a button to purchase, or if it's your thank you page, it might be check your inbox, your first email is there, but it doesn't have the navigation that a website has. So Jerry says, what's the best way suggestion to start using tags if you've never used them and have been on AWeber for 8 years? I have one main and 2 segmented lists, 700 total. Wow. So Jerry, you have 700 total lists. You can let me know in the chats. Not using tags, want to start. Should I use list management to search and build segments, apply group segments, or totally export and start with upload? Using new tags with upload. So a couple things I would recommend, Jerry. So one thing you can do is export your lists and import each list with its own tag into a single list. So if you have a customer list, you would import them with the tag customer into your single list. So I would definitely recommend doing that. But then I would also recommend building segments based off certain attributes that those subscribers have in common and then tagging them. So let's say you have used custom fields. You could pull everyone up with a certain custom field and then tag them with a tag that is the same as that custom field. And then you can import them into your single list with those tags. So I would recommend both using segmentation and subscriber management to apply tags to people that you can then transfer over to your single list by exporting and importing. Because when you export, it'll export all your tags too, and then you can import those tags. And then I would also recommend tagging the entire list that you're importing so that you can identify where those people came from. Hope that makes sense, Jerry. But also, if you are, if you want help on how to do it and you're confused about like how to get started with list consolidation, I would recommend contacting our customer solutions team. I'll drop their info into chat because they can walk you through it. Oh, Jerry says not 700 lists, one main sub list, 2 other segmented lists. So Jerry, considering you only have 3 lists, it shouldn't be a massive problem to switch over to one list, but I would definitely contact customer solutions. They're available 24/7 because they can look at the information that you need to transfer and they can tell you the best way to do it. So they can go through your specific use case, they can log into your account with you and walk you through how to do it. So I would recommend contacting them. So Darlene says, what are tags? Tags are labels that you apply to your subscribers that identify their characteristics or actions. So it could be something like their favorite color could be a tag. So blue might be a tag. Or they might have a tag that says they opened an email or clicked on an email. So those are examples of tags. Julie says, Liz, might have access to this recording, or can you please direct us to more training to learn AWeber? Yes, Julie, I'll email out the recording. Sorry, there were like hundreds of questions here, so I'm trying to go through everyone. So Janet asks, what is the difference between follow-up series and campaigns? So follow-up series are the old way, our old automation platform in AWeber. They work, they're solid, but we don't add new features to follow-up series. So if you're using follow-up series currently, I really, really encourage you to move over to campaigns. And again, customer support can help you, customer solutions can help you move over to campaigns from follow-ups, but follow-ups they don't have tags at all. So you can't do tagging in the follow-up series, which is a major limitation. So someone asks, can a subscriber join a follow-up series halfway? Just reading through this. So you asked, can a subscriber join a follow-up series halfway? So if you're using follow-up series, if you're actually using follow-up series, which you can access under messages and then follow-up series. And again, I do not recommend using follow-up series. I recommend using campaigns. But you can use follow-up series if you want. So I'm just going to log in and show you this. So that's the individual email itself. But with follow-up series, you can add people midway through a follow-up series. So that is something you could do. But I would actually recommend doing it in campaigns instead. And so you said they already received the first 2 emails. What I would recommend doing is creating a campaign. So they already got the first 2 emails. I'd recommend creating a campaign for those subscribers that already received the 2 emails, and then create a campaign for them that just sends the last 3 emails. Then you create your full automated series in a campaign, and you add the remainder of your subscribers, any new subscribers to that. Aman asks, how many team members can we add on the AWeber? Also, can you explain more about the difference between tags and custom fields? Good questions. So we have a feature called Team Hub, so you can have multiple team members on AWeber with different accounts, and you can have up to 3 users with that. So that answers that question. And so then the difference between tags and custom fields. Let's go back into manage subscribers. And one of the things that, so you can, so it's hard to explain the difference because they're very close. They're very similar in what they do. Custom fields are less flexible. So most often you're going to want to use tags. But if you go into this, if we go into here and we look, so here are his tags. And then these are actually the custom fields a subscriber has. And they're similar to tags because you can have, in this custom field, you can have their dietary preferences. You can have their favorite color. You can have their birthday. So they're very similar, but there are some key differences. And I'm actually going to send you an article, Amin, that can go through the difference between them. Because that's going to explain it better than I. And then you can see like images with examples too. So I just dropped that in the chat. Jose says, are campaigns the same as broadcasts? Are campaigns the same as broadcasts? No. So campaigns are automated emails that will send to subscribers automatically based on the fact that they have the tag that the automated series launches off of, or they're a new subscriber and you've selected that they should receive that automated campaign. So automated campaigns send themselves or automation. Broadcasts are one-time emails. So if you send an email newsletter, you would use broadcasts. Hope that helps. Or if you send any kind of newsworthy content that isn't evergreen, you would use broadcasts. Lisa says, will the chat links come with the webinar recording? Yes, all the links that I give you, I'll include in a resources section underneath the webinar video. Bruce says, if you have multiple broadcast emails, I imagine the tags you apply, remove should be unique so you can associate them with the correct broadcast. That's right. So when you're thinking about tags, a subscriber could have a lot of tags if you use tags a lot. So you want to make sure that you're not using tags that you've already used for a different purpose. And one of the things that can help you with this is, first off, when you start typing a tag, if it's already on the list, it'll start to auto-populate. So notice, I think this will work in here. So if I go into this subscriber and I start typing vegetarian, you see how the vegetarian tag comes up? If that happens, it's because a subscriber already has that tag. So that's one way to tell that you're duplicating a tag and you may not want to be duplicating it. But another way that you can tell what's happening with your tags is to click on this view tags button. So if you click on view tags, you can go and see all the tags for a list. So you can see there's a lot of tags on this list. So there's 25, and then you can search tags. So I could search for blue, and then I can view the subscribers who have that tag. So in this way, you can see what tags you're using on your list. All right, so let me go further up in questions and see if there's things I've missed. Debbie says, do you have an affiliate program? Yes, we do, Debbie. Yeah, we have an affiliate program. So email us or email me and I can give you more information. My email is lizw@aweber.com. Mary says, does AWeber count the same subscriber more than once if they are added to segments? No, we don't, Mary. So if you have the same subscriber on multiple lists, that's counted as multiple subscribers in your billing. So this is actually one of the big ways, the big reasons I promote going to a single list, because you can save money. So let's say I was one of your subscribers and my email address was subscribed to your 4 different email lists. That counts as 4 subscribers. But if you have a single list model, it only counts as 1 subscriber. So it's a good way to save money as well. So Yolanda says, what suggestions do you have to manage the total number of tags you might assign to those on your email list? Like I just mentioned, I would use this tags page to view the tags your subscribers have. That can really help. All right, cool. Let's see what other questions we have. Jose says, so campaigns are called marketing automation. I think it might be a typo in your question, Jose. So if you could enter it again, that would be great. Quinn had a question. I have certain lists for events that are integrated with PayPal. So as persons add to an event list when they buy a ticket via PayPal, can I do the same PayPal integration with tags so I don't have to make a new list? Let me double check for you. So like I said, not all integrations work with tags, but I think our PayPal one does. I'm checking for you, Quinn, trying to find out. We have like 700 integrations, so I don't know them all off the top of my head and whether they integrate with tags, but I have a pretty good, aha, yes, so you can use tags with PayPal, which is great. So then that should solve your problem. So Quinn, you said you have certain lists for events that are integrated with PayPal. So a person is added to an event list when they buy a ticket via PayPal. Can I do the same PayPal integration of tags so I don't have to make a new list? Yes, you can, Lisa. That should work. And if I would actually contact our customer solutions team so you can go through the specific example with them, and they can help you set it up and also show you if it will work exactly how it should. Because without knowing your specific situation, I may not know for sure how you want to use it. So Sandra says tags are for me to see, not for the client. Right. That is correct. So you are the only person who can see tags on a subscriber. Your subscribers can't see them. Okay, so is there anyone here who I did not get to your question and you would like to me to answer your question? So Amen says, wait, is there anyone? Let me know if my chat is looking funky. So hold on one second. All right. So Jerry says WooCommerce integration of tags. I know list segmenting does. So yeah, WooCommerce does work with tags if I think that's what you're asking, Jerry. So you can tag people with WooCommerce, which is cool. But so are there any questions that I haven't answered that you're sticking around and hoping I will answer? Because just drop those into the bottom of chat because I may have missed them in the long list of comments. So George says, Liz, I have a new landing page, but I can't see the automation box to put a tag. George, is it a landing page built inside AWeber? Is it an AWeber landing page, or is it built with a third-party tool, like a different landing page tool? Marilyn says, so George, let me know what kind of landing page you're using. And Marilyn says, if I have previously unsubscribed someone because I did not understand how to do things and wanted only to exclude them from a broadcast, can I reactivate them with maybe some sort of tag to indicate where they came from and that they're older, etc.? Yes, Marilyn, as long as they opted in to your email list, you can add them again, subscribe them again, and then subscribe them with a tag. So you can do that by going to subscribers, add subscribers, manually add up to 10 subscribers. And then you can add their name, their email, and you can add tags to them as well. So if you're adding me back to your list, it would look like this. You can also add tracking, you can say where they came from with ad tracking. So let's say they came from, you met them at a trade show. You could put that here. And then you can also add tags to them. So that's how it would work. So George says, yes, he's using an AWeber landing page. So George, we just launched landing pages, and landing pages don't yet work with tags. You can't apply a tag via a landing page. But that is the very next thing. Landing page is something we are keep constantly improving. And right now, our team is working on adding tagging functionality to landing pages. And they told me today that it's coming really, really, really soon. So George, you can't tag via a landing page right this moment, but it's coming soon. It's exciting. So Marilyn says if they're still showing on my list, what can I do? So let's say, let me go into manage subscribers. And I'll go through your particular question, Marilyn. So let's say Gerald here. I decide to unsubscribe him. All right, so I accidentally unsubscribed Gerald. So now if I want to resubscribe Gerald, I can go back in and hit resubscribe. And then I can apply tags to him if I wanted to let me know what happened. So that's a really simple way, Marilyn, to fix that. So George says, thank you, Liz. Also, the link is too long. So George, actually, I have a webinar coming up at the end of the month about landing pages, actually. It's all about landing pages. Let me get the link for you. It's all about landing pages, and it's going to go through some of the cool things you can do with landing pages, like shortening your links. At that point, we should have tagging of landing pages, so I will show you how to use that. And I'm going to go through how to write landing page copy that converts really, really well, and how to design landing pages that convert really well. So Bruce, I'm going to drop the landing page webinar link into chat, and I hope you can join me for that, because I'm going to go into depth about how you can do more of AWeber's landing pages. So Most says, can I integrate AWeber emails with Teachable? Let me check real quick for you. I believe so. I've used Thinkific in the past, and that integrates with us. Yes, so we do integrate with Teachable, and I'll drop that link in. Okay, so it's 3:26, so I'm going to answer one last question. But before you leave, I really hope you'll take the survey and let me know how this was. Let's see, let me pull up that survey link. Yeah, so please, please, please take this survey. Let me know. Actually, that is not the right survey. Hold on, I dropped that link in earlier and it was wrong. Here is the right survey. So yeah, don't forget to share your feedback. So Hashim says, maybe you explained this before, but how do I separate simple subscribers and actual buyers? So you would just add a customer tag or a purchase tag to buyers. Well, with that, I'm going to wrap things up. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to give you guys all a second to log off. Please take that survey. Let me know what you thought. And thank you so much for being here. And if I didn't get to your question, feel free to email me at lizw@aweber.com, or feel free to message us, our customer solutions team. Thanks, everybody.